Utah's housing market was on fire in 2021, breaking all kinds of records as homes sold in just days of listing, often for way above asking price. It was a seller's dream and a buyer's nightmare. So with a huge surge in home prices and with increasing mortgage rates, will things finally start to slow down in 2022? Well, this morning, I attended the official Utah 2022 housing forecast put on by the Salt Lake Board of Realtors with help from UtahRealestate.com. In this video, you'll hear from James Wood, one of Utah's most respected economists. Hi, I'm Ty the Real Estate Guy, and if you'd like to stay up to date on latest real estate tips and trends, subscribe to my channel and ring that little bell. If you have questions or comments at any time during this video, please leave a message below. If you'd like to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, please feel free to call or text. I would love to talk to you. And if you watch to the end, I'll make some recommendations that are sure to help those of you who are preparing to purchase real estate. Now, because I love you, I have done some light editing to keep the video moving along. Okay, here's James Wood.
I've been following housing in Utah for about, over 40 years. And this last year, I think, was the most extraordinary year of at least my experience. Utah is prone to rapid acceleration in housing prices. And from this chart, you can see that historically, if you look at our quarterly, year-over-quarterly price change, going back to the mid-70s, we've had 4 peaks. And the 1970s, we were near the top in the country. In the 1990s and 2006, we led the country in price increases. So we're prone to that. It's rapid acceleration, but we've had nothing like what we had this last year. You can see we're at 28.3% for that third quarter of 2021. Only Idaho was higher. A housing price increase by metropolitan area. The Salt Lake metropolitan area includes Tooele County and Salt Lake. And over roughly a generation, a little bit longer, 1991 to 2021, housing prices up 600%, 2.5 times what it is nationally. The last 5 years, almost 85%. You can see we rank second. This is out of the 100 large metropolitan areas tracked by the Federal Housing Finance Agency. And then slow down a little bit, at least in terms of our relative position, at 6th in the last year, but still really strong. Just one more indicator, where we are in terms of absolute price. First quarter 2007, before the Great Recession, we were 53rd with a median sales price of $206,000, almost 2.7, ranking 53rd. Third quarter of 2021, we are now 24th. What this means is, and I've got to compliment your organization for the American Dream Grant. That's terrific. It speaks to this issue of housing price affordability. It is a serious public policy issue now in Utah. As you can see from this slide on the metro area, that means that the Salt Lake metro area has higher housing prices than 87% of all metro areas. This survey is of 183 metro areas. So, it does become really an issue. We're pricing more and more households out of the market. And as was mentioned, the wealth creation, that's the source of most people's wealth creation. Now, who are the winners and those who are threatened by housing prices? Certainly the winners are existing homeowners. Call it the windfall of wealth. In Utah, we have about 700,000 owner-occupied units. And the average price in 2020 was $438,000, almost $439,000. The total value of all occupied units a year ago, $307 billion. Given the price increase in this last year statewide, that increase in value, almost $390 billion, an increase of $82 billion for homeowners in wealth. And that is an incredible increase. They are the winners. The 300,000 renters out there, they got zero in increased wealth, and they face a 10 to 15% increase in their housing costs. Truly, those existing homeowners have a really huge benefit. I would expect that over time, many of us winners are going to have to transfer our windfall of wealth to the next generation or the next generation in order for them to get into the housing market. That term is intergenerational transfer of wealth, and I think we're going to see more and more of that in the future, at least in Utah. What's the impact on potential buyers? What I've done here is look at the mortgage payment for the median price home in Salt Lake County in 2015 versus 2021, and included property taxes, private mortgage insurance, and insurance, the home insurance. And if you total all those up, and keep in mind, of course, property taxes and PMI are really based on the price of a home. So as that goes up, even though interest rates in this exercise drop from 3.9% down to about 2.9%, that advantage of lower interest rates was overwhelmed by the increase in housing prices and the increase in property taxes and PMI. The assumptions that go into this are in the document, 3% down. In 2015, that median price home was $280,000. By 2021, it was these are third quarter numbers, $550,000. And if you look at what's the income required to buy that median price home, in 2015 it was $58,000. By 2021, it's almost doubled. It's up to $101,000. Prices haven't slowed down, unfortunately. I know I say that as a housing economist. I was surprised when I looked at these numbers. This is year over, same month, year over data. And you can see the last bar there for December, almost up 25%. And Dave just told me that median price was $575,000 for December of 2021. I don't think this can be sustained. I hope we see a moderation of prices, but at least through December, we haven't seen any slowdown in prices and the price increase. The winners, again, are certainly those in the real estate industry and certainly those who are owners, but we have left out and are leaving out more and more of our young households and renters who would love to get into the housing market. You have less inequality if you have higher rates of home ownership. And we do love our homes here in Utah. By the way, we're the only state since 1900, if you go through each decade and look at home ownership rates, we're the only state where home ownership rates have never dropped below 60% of households. Yes. And the forecast for 2022, the housing shortage will continue. We're making a little headway there, but if you look at vacancy rates, you look what's going on in days on market for your industry, and builders are going flat out. We still have a shortage. There's a lot of stress in the market. You can see from existing homes, new homes, and the rental market. Housing bubble, in my view, very unlikely. Get asked that question often. A bubble is defined as a prolonged period of price decline, not decline in rate of increase, but actual price decline. We've had one of those since World War II, and that was the Great Recession, when we had 15 consecutive quarters of price decline. And that was associated with a very weak job market where we lost about 6% of our jobs in Utah, and every other period where we've had slow growth in housing prices. They're associated with weak economic growth. And we don't see weak economic growth, at least over the next few years. Just heard that rates are up to 3.5%. This is a survey of 7 or 8 organizations who make forecasts on interest rates. 3.5, that's probably going to be a little low. I think we'll probably be closer to 4. Sales repeat, I think, will be around 17,000 to 18,000 transactions for Salt Lake County. We've got slightly higher interest rates, but we have really rapid growth still. And you've all read the news about how we're the number 1 housing market in 2022 by Realtor.com. Housing prices, I hope, moderate to low double digits. I think we're still going to get double digits, and we're going to have another boom year for Utah's real estate industry. In a presentation I gave to this same group in 2006, I called that 2005-2006 period the golden age of real estate in Utah, and we are now in the platinum age. I hope this next couple of years plays out as a prosperous years for you all. The next 2 years are going to be really strong again, and I just hope we can get some public policy and find ways to get more people into housing and address the issue of affordable housing and housing affordability. Thank you again.
So it's predicted that Utah's housing market still has a lot of room to run. With increasing home prices and escalating mortgage rates, waiting to buy a home could be a huge mistake. If you think you're ready to buy a home, you'll want to reach out to a lender as soon as possible and get pre-qualified. Start there so you know how much home you can afford and what your monthly payment will be. I will gladly recommend a trusted lender if you're not sure who to reach out to. Because Utah is suffering from a major housing shortage, you may struggle to find a house that fits your wants, your needs, and your budget. You'll want to reach out to an experienced realtor to help you find a home and to guide you through the process. In a hot market, it's tough to compete with multiple offers. I know how to help you submit a competitive offer without overpaying for the property. And if you have a home to sell, I will sell it for top dollar. I've helped hundreds of people achieve their goals of home ownership, and I've helped a lot of people become real estate investors. Whatever your goals are, I'm here for you. Please feel free to call or text. I'd love to answer your questions. Okay, as promised, here's a list of videos to guide you through the process of buying, selling, or building a home. The first-time homebuyer to-do list. How to buy your first rental property. How to make the most money selling your home. The in-depth guide for buying a new construction home. I have hundreds of videos to guide you through the process. I'll put links to the most helpful videos below. If you have questions or comments, please leave a message right down here. I'll do my best to respond to each one of you. If you know someone who's preparing to purchase real estate here in Utah, please share this video with them. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring that bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.